And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Or correctly, do you guys have a name for your group yet?
We do.
You can decide on one now, or we can do it in game if you like.
Let's do it in game.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think,
This group of people who are currently banded together have just sort of defeated the orc chieftain inside this cave system, and you pursued rather belatedly the orc shaman into this much larger chamber beyond it, and you were in the process of scouring it for any signs of this shaman, and you discovered so far some giant bats sleeping in a corner, some guards, some like orc guards just sort of standing around in the bottom left corner, and you discovered a whole bunch of loot in the north section. And I believe that is, but you haven't seen any sign of the shaman at this point, and I believe that is where we left off. So that is where we rejoin. Oh, you also discovered the offal pit, which is just a whole pit filled with like loose meat offcuts.
yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Oh, there was something special that we got. What was it?
There was
Some
a
kind of
hull. There was a halberd of feathers, which allows the
Oh
wielder.
yeah, I just got that.
Yeah, it allows the wielder
Halberd.
to sort of like calm any mount or horse or whatever, and also reduce their falling damage a certain number of times. And you also got the Rock of Good Luck, I think.
Yeah.
From various different locations. I think one was from the shaman's body, and then one was from the weapon that the chieftain was holding or something, or maybe swap those two around. And the Stone of Good Luck is, where is that? I'm not sure who is in possession of the stone, but it basically means that while it is on your person, you gain a bonus 1 point to all ability checks and saving throws.
Shit.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But it
Did we know
requires attunement, so whoever is in possession of it needs to spend like a long rest with it or whatever, and then it takes up one of your 3 attunement slots. Go on,
Pretty
Hugo.
fucking OP. I was gonna say, did we? I don't know if we knew that's what it was yet.
The stone.
Yeah. Did we know that?
Yeah, I
Everyone
think I remember explaining it, but
I think it was.
even if you didn't, you've spent enough time with it now that I'm
Okay.
going to reveal that information to you.
Great. So, if I remember correctly, I had just swiggity swooted my way down to this bottom left, southwest pit where I'd seen those 2 gods, and I'd stealthed back past the bats, and I come back and told you what was there. I think that's where we'd ended. So I think we obviously need to decide: do we balls our way down there and see if that's something, or do we? I mean, using our basic geography, it looks like this gap to the northeast would probably then curve back round to the main hall through that like secret passage near the big obelisk.
Yeah, that seems like the either exit or progress. Whereas I think what was down there, it might just be a guard room. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm not that hot on that southwest.
Depends if we're trying to 100% this place and clear it out.
I think we're right.
Let's smash down.
It depends whether we have Fox or not, because
I can bring Fox back.
trample the shit out of them.
I can bring Fox back before another long rest, and then I can bring him back twice. So.
Okay.
I can call for him, but I think it might be
You
better
know,
to
seems
call
a
for
bit-
him.
I mean, I know we wanted to do it in game, but it seems like based on how successful the Mount Fox was, your group could be called like Fox and Friends, Fox and Others.
Fox is after Wars.
I like Fox and Friends. I don't think that's taken by anyone else.
Go on.
Or the Aquith Boys.
Yeah. Boys
Okay,
spelled
there
like
we go.
BOISE.
Oh, that's 2 good options.
Okay, do you guys want me to recall Fox?
Yeah, and then I guess we can all just have a chat for a bit while it clears the instance. Clears the dungeon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, we decide whether we're
Send-
Echo's boys or not.
send it off.
Okay.
Massacres
This
everyone
is
in.
what feels like the World of Warcraft equivalent of this would be pulling the whole instance and it just killing it all.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so bottom left, top right. What do you think?
Bottom left.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are
Yeah, let's
heading
go fuck 'em
in which
Should we
direction?
sneak in? Right.
Yeah, it's either that or
Yeah,
like,
let's sneak up
kill
in
these
boys.
bats.
One question though: what if we end up coming out on the other side and we've left Dave and the others over there, far away?
Well, let's see what the room is. We can always
No,
come back
okay.
if it starts.
Yeah. I think Dave's a pretty clever cat. He'll work out that at some point he's got to come after us or just go get some food or something. Or just start eating the villagers.
Fair.
I don't know.
Yeah, the villagers I'm not so sure about, but
Yeah.
Dave,
Poor Dave.
you're right.
All right. Let's
Send the horse in. Everyone get behind the horse.
Okay, so you've summoned the steed. Do you have another spell slot for summon steed?
Yeah, I had 2, and this is the second time. I have 2 per long rest, so
Oh, sweet.
now I can't summon him again until we have a long rest.
Okay, I accidentally typed in war house, and
It's pretty
That would
accurate.
be- Yeah.
It's basically a fucking house.
okay, large beast.
Yeah, because this is second level. I only get 2 second level ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think we
Go
don't
on.
necessarily want to get caught here, guys, in between whatever's in here and these bats.
Yeah. So we could fuck the bats up, or
Yeah, I
because
think,
okay, you stealth down there to check it out, but once we start firing shit around, I don't think that's stealthy.
no.
So we should clear the bats out.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. All right, let's sneak attack with bats.
All right.
okay, so describe to me. You guys move your icons down to wherever you want to go, and then you're trying to stealth into the bat's lair. Is that the idea?
So we move here
Mm-hmm.
Send the horse in.
and then send the horse in and then just fuck them up.
Yeah. Like a trample charge attack. Just put up backwards. Okay.
You've got some distortion there, Hugo. Are you in like a wind turbine?
Oh yeah, I'm sweet.
You're where?
Yeah, I thought I would do the call from a wind turbine.
Okay.
I'll just turn the fan off. There you go.
Oh, it's a fan. Oh, I see.
I think your option is much more plausible, Sam.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Testing out my aerodynamics.
he works for the government. They might have sent him to some sort of secret research lab.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. So you guys are sort of huddled like minions behind this mighty warhorse, and we're gonna see. So you're hoping that the warhorse is just charging in. That's pretty straightforward.
Just try and eat the nearest bat.
Okay, just to keep everything organized, let's roll initiative in case the warhorse doesn't like one shot everyone. It'll just be useful for us.
Just in case. Yeah.
But give me a second to actually bring up the
I don't
little
think I've
turn
done an
tracker.
initiative roll over 10 for like 10 rolls.
All right, so everybody select your icon and then roll initiative, or you can just manually type it in.
Yeah.
Cool. So the warhorse, I'll say, has surprised the bats because they were sleeping. So the warhorse gets to go first. The warhorse is going to use its sweet ass charging ability. Okay, so and then hits with a hooves attack, so it's going to try and hit. Oh my gosh, with a 24,
Obviously.
it definitely hits. So that's a
Smashes it to pieces.
big attack roll. So it's 2d6 plus 4, so that's 11 damage. And then the bat needs to make like a strength saving throw. This bat already looks like bloodied. DC 14 strength saving throw will be knocked prone. If the target is prone, the horse can make another attack. Holy shit. Giant bat. So that's a strength saving throw. Okay, it fails, so the horse gets to make another attack. The warhorse
Yay,
is
go
going
for
to hooves. Oh, with a natural 1. Let's
Oh.
see how bad the warhorse's natural 1 is.
All things
Oh,
must
that's
come to
terrible.
an end.
Okay, so what it does is it tries to stample the giant bat, but accidentally steps on a big rock and chips part of its hoof, dealing one damage to itself and sort of whinnying anxiously. So then we go back to the top of the order, which is Monty. You're the first to react.
Okay, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the nearest bat. We're looking at 60, so yeah, I'm fine to stay there.
Okay, go for it. So what saving throw does it need to make?
Let me just cast that up.
Okay, it's a dex save.
13. Dex 13.
Against 13. 17 saves, so I think it takes half damage on Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what Sacred Flame does. Let's have a look here. It should say in the description of the text.
It says the target must succeed on a throw or take 1d8. So that suggests to me it's nothing.
Oh, that's surprising. Okay, cool. All right, sweet.
Sacred
All right,
Flame.
so this bat seems to be quite nimble. Sorry, what was that?
Hilarious joke, small man.
You see this like bright beam of light shine down into this little giant bat den, and it starts scorching the straw beneath, but the bat manages to roll out of the way. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Well, I thought that was good. No, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. And also, just so I don't have to ask you guys, just let me know, like, do like imagine it's like a chess clock, and when you're feeling confident you're done with your turn, just say, I finished my turn, or whatever it is. And then I can just assume that you're still doing something otherwise. Next up is Zenarai.
Okay, I'm going to blast the ever-living shit out of that bat.
The one that's already been hit?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Oh, wow. 19. That definitely hits for 7 force damage. You release an Eldritch Blast from your hand, but it is much, much bigger than the previous ones that you and your group have seen. It's like the size of a basketball. And it just careens into this bat's little bat face, and it starts to become like a pug. You know, its face looks a little bit more smushed in.
I say, that's how you blast a bat, little bear man. Blaster man. Trail. My turn.
Are you talking to me? I was just looking after it. I want it to do well. I want it to be okay.
Just
Hi.
helpful flame of sacred fire.
How are you guys doing? What's going on? Huh?
Well, it's not now, you little asshole. No, my turn.
Cool. The giant bats are going to react. This weak one sees that this horse is between it and escape, so it is going to attack the warhorse. It is going to try to bite it ferociously, but with an 11, that's just going to cut it. The warhorse has a pretty low AC, so that means it's going to be 1d6 plus 2. Oh, that's only a 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 piercing damage to the warhorse, and the bat looks suitably disappointed with its efforts. The other bat is going to try and attack the warhorse too, as it's kind of like it's the easiest way out of this little den area. Oh, with a 22, that hits. Let me just roll it like this. Roll 1d6 plus 2. Okay, sweet. That's another 3 damage. They rolled very low on their attack. So this warhorse is just tanking damage up here. That means it is Abe's turn.
Right, I am going to move in. I think I can move up to there, right?
Let me just zoom in so I can make sure. Oh, you've got enough movement. I'm just trying to understand the map. Let me move you out of the way for a sec. Yeah, because the horse is your ally, you could go shoulder to shoulder with the warhorse. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, alright, yeah. I'm going to try Trusty Candex.
Okay, go for it. Oh, 19. That hits. I
Nice.
assume you're striking the one on the right-hand side?
Mhm.
Oh, you are striking
Yeah,
the one on the
sorry.
right-hand side. Okay, how do you want this giant bat to meet its end?
In a bloody heap.
Okay, so you slash into it, cleaving it in twain, and it just collapses onto the ground in a sort of
Tied.
heap of tendons and weird bat muscles, and this thing is gone. What else would you like to do with your turn?
When you attack Fox.
That's what you get for attacking Fox.
Yep, and that's the end of my turn.
Cool. All right, it's the warhorse's turn. I assume the warhorse is going to try and attack the other bat.
Yep.
The warhorse is going
Annihilate.
to... Oh my gosh, another 24. How is it even possible? I don't even understand.
Those 2 ones.
It rolled an 18 twice. Okay, cool. And then, so 2d6 plus 4. 6 plus 4. Okay, 11 damage. This thing is looking well upset at this point. So just trampling the giant bat into the ground, Abe, you're the only one close enough to see like distinct hoof prints in the giant bat's flesh.
Good Fox.
Next up
Good
is
Fox.
Josa.
Okay, so he, clearly this bat is fucked. I think I'll try and thread an arrow. So Joseph thinks to himself, bats aren't really his quarry, and he, he's not got that much hatred for wild animals. So actually, I'm just going to leave it. He's just going to go. He's going to say, "Yeah, I've got no quarrel with bats, but you guys have got this." And I'm just going to kind of slink over here and keep an eye on this route. Make sure no one approaches us.
Okay, cool.
Where the things that you hate much more are.
Sorry?
Where the things that you hate much more are.
It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, sure.
Just guiding you, helping out, team player.
So that is Monty's turn.
Okay. Right, I think I'm going to need to move up on this here ridge. That there. And I'm going to give Sacred Flame another try.
Okay.
It's almost as if I'm feeling a bit tired and low on spell slots.
Okay,
yeah, look at that damage.
Dexterity save of 13. Giant bat, dexterity. 15, they make it. Your Sacred Flames are just like crisping this like little, what's this called? Stable area for the bats and just destroying the infrastructure of their home, but not damaging the bats themselves.
The bat is terrifying.
Guys, I've weakened him, right? You can get him. Finish him off. You can do it. You can do it, guys.
It's okay. I say it's okay, small bear man. Destroying his home will break his spirit, maybe.
Yes. At least you know where he is now. His home is lighted up for you.
Joseph kind of glances up from his position and sees another Sacred Flame go flying into meters wide of its target. Just kind of shakes his head.
Cool. I believe that is Zenarai's turn.
Well, I think I'm going to have to blast a motherfucker again.
It's true. That did work well last time.
Here it comes, bitch.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that definitely hits. Okay, so another similarly sized like ball of eldritch energy just crushes the skull and collarbone of this bat, but it is clinging to life by the barest thread.
Here it comes, bitch. And then I have my turn.
Okay, cool. The giant bat is going to try to flee. So that means that Abe and the warhorse get an attack of opportunity. So if you guys want to do an attack, Abe first.
Yeah. Go.
Oh, yes. Okay. So you cut down this bat just mid-flight, slicing off its like enormous wing, and it just collapses to the ground.
Excellent. Bye-bye, flap.
Nice. Okay,
Nice.
so you
Yeah, let's
guys
clear out
have
the rest of this place.
you've conquered the bat area.
Hmm.
They put up some fierce resistance.
He did. It was a mighty challenge, but we rose to it.
Abe, make a perception check, Abe.
Yep.
Oh yeah, with a 16.
yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
You notice, like, in the back of this weird giant bat stable / rookery, you notice a wooden crate that seems to have, like, drawers, like rudimentary drawers inside of it, and nothing else of note inside the rookery.
Okay, so should I pick up those drawers?
Well, let's look
No.
inside.
It's probably
Make us
nothing.
both trample it to death.
Let's see what they
Bats are known for having really valuable possessions.
Yes,
Okay, let's go check.
such as saddles.
It is known. Yes. Oh, I want a bat saddle. Yeah, that'd be good.
I want a bat saddle.
So what does
I can actually ride a bat.
what do you guys do?
So we're going to check it out, or I'm going to check it out.
Okay, cool. So you go rummage through this weird chest of drawers, and inside you find a number of rolled up like scrolls with a lot of writing on it that you don't necessarily understand.
Oh,
Okay.
Can I take a look? Oh, well, yeah.
I'm
I want-
smashing it and have a look because I've got like bare languages,
You have
Yeah.
what languages, sorry?
like loads of languages.
Oh, yes. Okay, so you pick it up and take it from, well, you look at it beside Abe, is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's over. I jump to try and see over Abe's armor-plated shoulder.
And I say, no, Zelerai, I'm the one with bear languages.
Do not make me blast you, small bear man. I will.
I don't do it.
Okay.
I've got goblin and orc, by the way. So if you fitting of the current situation. Let's see what Zenoi says.
Okay, Zenarai, I think I remember the languages you speak, but I don't think you speak Orc, is that right?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it looks kind of a bit rudimentary to you, like the crayon scratchings of a kindergartner.
Yeah, Frisbee dash over here. I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I shout, this is not a language, this is excrement on a paper.
Okay, so Josa, you have a look through these, and they seem to be correspondence and they seem to be like orders. Like this group of orcs is receiving orders from some other organization. And it seems like they must be using these giant bats as like carrier pigeons of some kind. And there's a lot of mentions of the what's it called? The venomous cops. There's a lot of mentions of like people signing their names with just letters, like dash M or dash A, and clearly they're trying to conceal the full details of this, but there are other sort of bits of instructions that you manage to interpret, like we need 5 more, retrieve them quickly, the ritual requires meat that is fresher than this, lots of sort of like clarifying the nature of orders and commands.
Okay, so Joseph kind of pores over this and reads through it and sort of turns to the others and says, you know what, I think we've had it all wrong. I think these bats were running the show here. I think they were the masterminds behind this whole operation. They're talking about needing more meat and wanting more operatives, so I'm glad we put an end to their dastardly reign of terror.
These slave masters are gone.
Yes.
The humans can be
The
free.
world can take a deep breath of relief knowing that we have rid them of this evil.
The 2 evil bat overlords.
The 2 bats. If anyone else can interpret this any other way, then that's up to you, but that's my reading on it.
I can't see anything else.
Very good.
It looks like-
Let's delve further into the cave to see if we can outroot any more of these bat bastard overlords.
These evil bat fucks. Okay, let's go. And I'll put the scrolls in my backpack, and we head further southwest, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's the marching order? Who's in the front? Who's in the back? Who's in the middle?
Warhorse, obviously in the front.
Obviously.
I'll go red back. Yeah.
I'll show it here.
Okay, so at the moment it's Warhorse, Abe, Monty, Zenarai, Josa.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've already sort of scouted these two orc guards. I assume you want the Warhorse to go take justice to them.
We can't see the
Why?
guards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
okay.
would you presume that?
It's a good question. But as in you scouted them previously, I must not have revealed them. Can you see them now?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
See one, yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Well, like, why fuck around with a tactic that clearly, obviously breaks the game? In goes the horse.
No fucks.
I have.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so the Warhorse is going in?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Did I still... Let's keep your initiative order from before, just because it's simpler. And I will just roll for these douchebags over here. So the Warhorse is going to try and do his classic stample hoof attack. Let's see. If this is a 24 again, I'm going to lose it. Okay, 12. All right, finally, the Warhorse seems to have been stymied by the sudden appearance of these two orc guards within this room, and Fox sort of stumbles and skitters around on the smooth stone surface, looking a little bit like he's trying to ice skate. First to react is the orc. The orc is going to try to slash up this armor-clad Warhorse with his great axe. Oh, with a 20, that hits. 1d12 plus 3. Oh my gosh, 15 damage. He cuts off the Warhorse's head, and it like Fox just lies bleeding on the ground.
No.
God.
So, guys, we're just called friends now.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then they're gonna like storm out ahead, and this other one is gonna try to attack Monty. Does a 14 hit Monty?
That does.
Okay, so that's gonna be 1d12 plus 3. That's 9 slashing damage.
There we go.
That is the end of the orcs' turn as they've stormed out to see what the source of this sudden horse interruption is. That is Monty's turn.
Right. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the one in front of me.
Oh wow, pulling out the big guns.
Yeah, first level spell slot. Let's go.
You would because like you're within melee range. That's a ranged attack, so you would be at disadvantage. If you want to shoot normally, you got to take a step back. But then they can get an attack of opportunity on you. So you're in the melee zone of death at the moment.
Okay, can I halberd in that case?
Yeah, go for it. Oh
Nice.
yeah, 18. That hits.
Wow.
All kinds of hits. With 10 slashing damage, this thing looks to be like almost on death's door at this point, and he starts to stagger, clutching at his side as it like leaks dark brownish blood.
Sweet.
Is that the end of your turn?
And that's yes.
Josa lets out like a whoop, like rah.
Nice. Okay, that is Zenarai's turn.
I'm going to blast the other one because that's what I do.
Nice.
24/7 every day.
Oh
The
yeah.
image I've got of you, Joe, is almost like watching a dog fight. Like it's almost like ecstatic.
Yeah,
enjoyment.
exactly. Yeah, it's just some visceral level, just uncontrollable joy.
Okay, so this one's more of a softball-sized ball of eldritch energy, just slams into this guy's chest and knocks him back a couple of paces, but then he returns to his position looking not too much the worse for wear, but he definitely took a hit from it.
So yeah. And then my turn.
Yeah. Judge is like, yeah.
Yeah. Something.
Feeling
Yeah.
compelled to follow it up. That is Abe's turn.
I'm gonna give Zenoi just a little tap on the bum with my bow.
So it's my turn.
I turn around
right?
and wink.
Wink back.
It is Abe's turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wink back again.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack the one
Joseph
in
backs
front
out.
of me, so that's the one that I hit, right?
That's the
Huh?
one that killed Fox. Is that what you're saying?
Which is the one that
The one that
Zenrai hit?
Zenrai. I'm attacking the one right in front of me.
Yes, correct. That is the one that Zenrai hit.
There you go.
Oh, with a
Sorry
7.
about that.
The death of your Fey steed has hit you close to the heart, and you seem unable to wield your great axe with conviction.
Oh, God. Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else. So.
Okay,
I turn to
Joe's
Josie
turn.
and say, this dragon man is pathetically sentimental.
Joseph's going to relish the moment and take a shot at this guy, the one on the top.
Just as you're taking your shot, you hear the orcs sort of like shout to themselves, why aren't we being backed up? Where is everyone else? Where did these people come from? In Orcish to themselves.
I'm going to shout back in Orcish, you won't have to worry about that for long, and aim for his face.
Yeah, the guy goes, what, this random small person? You're like a halfling, right?
Yeah.
What's this tiny creature speaking our language? We must kill them quickly.
And I'm going to do that.
Wow, with a 27. 8 piercing damage to the top one or the bottom one?
Top one, because this goes next, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he's dead. How do you want him to meet his end?
Yeah, so exactly that. I sort of, for the first time in front of my friends, speak Orcish and say, yes, you won't have to worry about much for long, and aim for his forehead and just ping one right into his brain.
It's nice when a one-liner turns out to be true.
Yeah. And then that's the end of my turn.
Nice. You hear this guttural series of expletive-sounding syllables come out of Joseph's mouth, and then an arrow takes the orc in the eye brain area. So this orc is going to try and take a slash at Abe, but with an 11, I think that misses you.
Yeah.
He slashes and says, "Gut rock, you will not have died in vain." But then he has died in vain because this guy missed. But
I
you
hate when
don't.
one-liners don't work.
Yeah, exactly. And sorry, what was that?
This resistance is for Fox.
Oh yes, this is now Monty's turn.
I'm going to move in ever so slightly and halberd the shit out of this.
Go for it.
Yeah. Halberd's nice.
Oh wow! With a 2, you got a little overconfident with your previous halberd, and you sort of like halberd the wall behind him, and it what's the word? A shower of sparks from the metal hitting the rock rain down on the orc's head and look pretty, but don't hurt him in any real way.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oh, light.
Nice. It is Zenarai's turn.
Surprisingly to everyone, I'm going to blast the fuck out of this guy.
Nice. Oh wow! With a 25, you see the blast of Eldritch Energy has put this guy onto death's door, but he is not yet dead. But his limbs look like they're hanging on by sinew alone.
I say, by the power of then end my turn.
Okay, Abe's turn.
Right. I'm going to use my great axe and hope for a better roll.
Oh yes, that hits
Oh.
with 5 slashing damage. How do you want him to meet his end?
The same way he killed my fox. Beheaded.
Yeah, you
Tight.
you definitely behead him, and then the dark brown blood sprays up and hits the ceiling of the cave in dramatic fountain fashion.
Yeah, sweet.
No.
This is for Fox.
Nice. Okay, we're out of combat. You guys see the little guard room beyond, with a couple of like mounds of straw that they seem to have been sitting on, and you don't see much else aside from like some little passageways.
Okay, so no one has seen us yet, right? We haven't seen anyone else, and no one has seen us yet, right?
Aside from those two,
Yeah.
and the shaman that you've seen no sign of.
So
Should we rest in this room, guys? Does anyone need a bit of a rest?
maybe we can go where the
That's
No,
the,
fuck that.
Yeah,
Search
shame.
corners and smash in.
yeah, exactly. Just loot, investigate, and move on. Smash and grab.
okay, just because Monty only has one more
Hey, my sacred
spell.
flames are really good, so it's totally worth it.
One more spell.
Yeah, no, if
I-
people are
Monty,
Good.
I
I-
personally see you more of a support role. I don't think your damage is really most important.
and,
that you can bring to the team.
everyone's in fairly good health, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone
I'm
need
fine.
patch? Yeah, okay, I'm fine then.
Nah, smash in.
You're an integral part of it and friends, but at the moment, I think we need to keep moving.
I would love your group to be called And Friends.
When you guys are bleeding out of your rectums, you'll want my spell slots.
My
Okay.
rectum is made of asbestos. Or something like yes,
Asbestos.
Ask for the best. Awesome.
of us.
I'm gonna. Joseph's gonna just linger back, kind of keep an eye on stuff while you guys check out that room.
Okay. You guys see a couple of strips of dried meat lying in like a little clay bowl in the far corner beside the 2 stacks of straw that are presumably their little sitting perches when they're doing a bad job of guarding. You see a passage to the north and a passage to the southwest.
Can we see those? It's currently black there.
You should be able to. Well, I mean, you haven't gone down them, so you can only really see like the entrance of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can see. I can see that before. Look like just a cave.
Let's split.
Can I just check whether there's any cloth in this room? Is there any cloth hanging around in this room?
Okay, you make an investigation check for cloth.
I have my reasons.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. With an 18, you notice that one of them has like a what's the word? Like a jacket that they would use when it gets cold, sort of tucked behind their little like sitting straw mound. It's a mixture of sort of leather and cloth and bits of random crap that they've sewn together.
I'll take some strips off it.
Okay, you have strips of cloth.
Sweet.
What happens now?
Bear man,
should
I
we go-
don't understand your cloth fetish.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Should we go check out the northeast area of this cavern, guys?
Let's split. Let's go one on each. I charge to the north.
Okay, so 1 range, 1 melee go each way.
Okay, so I'll go with Zaraya then, I guess.
Ha ha ha!
Sure, Monty and Joseph south.
Okay. Let's deal with... okay, so Monty and Joseph south and Zenarai and Abe north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so...
Tight.
yeah, it's a very narrow corridor. It's about 2.5 feet wide. So that means Zenarai and Monty need to make dexterity saving throws.
Shit.
Oh, good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear.
Okay, so with the... yeah, you guys both fail. So that means that you both take 6 falling, like bludgeoning damage as the ground beneath
shit.
you suddenly gives way and you fall like 10 feet into a
Okay.
clunking heap on the ground of this pit.
I pick myself up and I sing to myself, I don't want anybody else. When I think about you, I touch myself. And I touch myself. And and let's see how it works.
I feel like you should have been a bard class.
Bard and another. Oh shit! Wait a minute. No, I don't. I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't do anything. My song hits the sides of the cavern and bounces around. And
What's the spell you're trying to cast?
I was gonna heal myself. I've run out of spell slots.
Oh, I see. Okay, you lie there injured. Go on, Zenrai.
I hear the vague utterances of very poorly out of tune song and sigh and roll over.
They are both in a pit.
I'll say Abe and Joza, you notice your although I think Zenrai has dark vision, but Abe doesn't have dark vision. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, then you need to make a dexterity saving throw. Does Joza have dark vision? No. Then you also need to make a dexterity because you wouldn't even see them fall because you guys don't have any light up at this point. Oh, yeah. Abe definitely stops at the edge of the cliff and just goes, "Not falling for that shit."
Ah.
Is that it? No.
They're on the top left to saving throws.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Joza hears the thunk of Monty's heavy body hitting the cave floor and thinks, yeah, probably shouldn't take more steps.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
So, all right, we're within shot. Well, we probably don't want to raise alarm. So I think Josa and Abe, we both realise what's going on here, and so we kind of like touch our feet forward and they're like, okay, look, there's clearly a trap here. Can I do like how's your investigation?
You're also still in darkness at this point, so you're feeling around like
right, yeah, in that case,
like a blind person.
I'll spark up a torch.
Hey, yeah. Oh, I was about to say I could cast light. I mean, what do you reckon? That's a good idea, Joser, or should we remain under shroud of darkness?
Yeah, I'll use my.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm with you, aren't I, Ash? Yeah.
Yeah, so I can definitely cast light, illuminating ourselves.
It's either that I've literally got a torch as well, so either's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Let's go with your torch because I'm not sure if I actually have a fly or a phosphorescent moss.
Yeah. So. I'll light a torch and I'll wedge it in some stones near me so that I can move around.
No, you have those components, Monty. Unless the components specify a gold cost, it's presumed that you have them unless you specifically lose them.
I get out the pieces of cloth that I picked up and just throw them away. Finally.
And
okay, so
yeah, go on.
I guess so. Josa kind of I perceived what happened. I can see that Monty's in a big hole. We say 10 feet down, right?
Yeah, 10 feet.
Okay, so I'll look down and I'll say, Monty, wait there. You're in a pit. And we've put the torch there so we can see what's going on now. And I will kind of move back over to this side and be like, hey, is Zenoi in a pit as well?
Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Okay, so look, I've got some rope. We can pull them up.
Yeah.
Probably us two can pull them up one at a time. Who do you want to do first? Zenoi?
Let's do Sanaraya first because he's smaller, isn't he?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I whip the rope out, feed it down the gap, and tell Zenoi to tie it around his waist.
Then I say, nah, fuck you, come down here.
Okay, let's go get Monty instead.
Hey guys, it does look like there's stuff down here. Jump down. It looks great.
Oh, God. They're both idiots.
Well, should we leave them and go?
Yeah, let's just bounce. You got the gold, right?
So I cast thaumaturgy on the torch that's by Monty, and it just flares. And I say like, yeah, come down here, yo.
Well, let me. You mean the Monty? You can't see Monty. You're in a separate passage. Remember?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, okay, never mind. I cast thaumaturgy on myself and make my eyes go purple. And
Nice.
say, yeah, come down here again.
Yeah, we've moved away already. Let's get Monty. He seems less stupid. He's stupid but less like belligerent. So we I unfurl half the rope, chuck it down the pit.
It's a snake.
Grab hold of the snake. It's a helpful snake.
Okay, hi, helpful snake. Hi, helpful snake.
And me and Abe, we can try and lift it up if you want to, Abe.
Okay,
Sure
so
thing.
Abe can do an athletics check with advantage, and if Monty is gonna climb, then he can do an athletics check, or if he's just gonna sit there and be pulled, then he does nothing.
Okay, so 18.
You look strong. I'll let you pull me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
roll again.
It's me as well. Can I help as well somehow?
Well,
I'm-
that's what's giving Abe advantage. The fact that
Okay,
you're helping. Oh, natural
Oh.
20.
Oh, shit.
Monty barely has time to start like finding handholds on the wall in front of him before he is yanked up into the air, almost hitting his head on the ceiling and then landing in a splat in front of Abe the muscular, and Joza
you're
the
right,
resourceful.
Yeah, it's a team.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're right, guys. It was a snake.
Yeah.
And I take the rope.
Teddy.
I take the rope and kiss it and say, "Helpful snake."
You hear the distant echoes of Zenarai saying,
I guess we should get him as well.
because
let's go
that's
back.
twofold, because I didn't hear what Zenarai said, and because you're a considerable distance away, so it would only be an echo anyway.
Okay. Hey, so gotcha.
So I say, oh, hey guys, yeah, my eyes are still purple.
Purple.
So Joso is standing at the top of the pit with Abe and Monty either side of him, and he kind of starts.
Before you guys pull me up, what can I see down here?
You have dark vision. You see a couple of skeletons that clearly were people that were too weak or injured to get out of this pit, and not a lot else. You can make an investigation check if you want to be thorough and just take longer.
Yeah, fucking why not?
Oh, natural 20.
Um,
So you do this surprisingly quickly before they even have a chance to come back from rescuing Monty. You do a quick sweep of the area. The bones look like they've been there for quite a few months, you'd say, or maybe it's weeks. You're not a doctor. And you don't see anything else of note, but clearly these skeletons and the strips of like leather that might have been their clothing were people that would have had stuff on them. But you conclude that the orcs probably would extract that stuff and put it in their big pile of loot.
So yeah,
I
Joseph.
run up and. Okay, here you go.
Sorry, Ash, go on.
I know. I was gonna say, I run up and say, "Zenarai, we found this helpful snake." And
Oh wait.
down.
So before you chuck it down, Joseph kind of puts his hand on your hand and says, "Wait a second. Zenarai, when we were at the camp, the first camp where we found the slaves, you went into the central building and spoke to the chieftain, I think. What was that about?"
Nothing. It was empty. It was full of orc pornography. It was disgusting. They were so hairy.
I know that you wouldn't find orc pornography disgusting, so I know that's a lie.
You know me so well, little man.
What really happened in there? You can tell us. We're the friends, remember?
Pull me up and I'll tell you.
We're and friends.
Pull me up and friend, and I will tell you.
Can I kind of try and discern whether he's lying or not?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check.
Okay. I do it? No. I look back and I was like, oh,
Okay.
nat 20. Oh, shit, that was the other one.
You wanted
Okay,
to say
right,
something, Ash?
okay. I'm going to use my final spell slot. I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
That happens afterwards. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, Josa, you get the feeling that he's telling the truth. That it seems like he doesn't seem particularly interested or evasive. It seems kind of like an unremarkable statement.
It was full of orc porn.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you get the sense that like he might be being jovial to because that's just his personality, but it's not covering any actual facts. It's just like there was bullshit in there. Cool. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak. Okay, this is going to be fun. All right, so what we're going to do is... okay, don't do anything yet, Zenarai. Go to Google and type in, like, roll a d20. And don't tell me what the number is. I want you to send it to me on Discord. And then we'll add your charisma saving throw modifier, which will be in the top left of your D&D Beyond page.
Gotcha.
And what's your spell save? Just because it'll be more fun for you guys to, will you know, will you not know? So what's the DC, furry man? Well, what's your spell save DC, Monty?
Oh, my spell save.
It's the same DC for everything.
Sorry, charisma 13.
Okay, cool. Now I got to figure out how to get my actual Discord back up. Fraser, cool.
Got it?
Okay. Cool. All right. You see the zone take place, but because it's within a 15-foot radius, you all need to make a saving throw as well.
Okay.
Charisma
Including
saving?
myself?
No, not including yourself. Actually, okay, no, yeah, including yourself. Yeah. Failed save, creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails. You know whether. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
An affected creature is aware of the spell and thus avoids answering questions it would normally respond to with a lie. So basically, you can't lie, but you don't have to talk if you don't want to. Or you can say something that's true, but you don't have to necessarily respond exactly to what people say. You can like be political about it. Such a creature can be evasive, as long as it remains within the boundaries of truth. Okay, so Monty, you're aware because of your magical link with this spell that Zenarai passed his save, so he resists the effect. Josa failed. Monty failed. You're aware of your own failure, and Abe also failed. So you're aware of Abe because it's a 13 DC, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So that happens.
Okay, so Josa, got any secrets? Oh well.
Well, now you say it, I do think that he's telling the truth. I think maybe I acted too hastily, and he's pretty convincing about the whole porn thing. Maybe we should just pull him up.
I wouldn't want to readily admit to the porn thing unless I'd fallen into a pit. So, yeah, check
Pit, porn, it's a tale as old as time.
Yes, and it's really niche. It's so hard to get a hold of in the outside world. So seriously, guys, just pull me the fuck up.
Wait. Did you take any? Can I see it?
Yes, and pull me up.
I have to do another.
I'd be wary of anything this guy says about pulling him.
Nice. Abe, yes, you do need to make another athletics check with advantage because I'm assuming Josa or someone is helping you.
Sorry. I did an acrobatics. Was it athletics?
Yeah, athletics is the check.
As I'm being pulled up or not being pulled up, I say to Monty, that was strange when you were kind of chanting to yourself outside in that field. What do you mean, all the horrible things you did to your people?
Yeah, I don't know. I did some horrible things to my people, and I don't think they really like me anymore.
As you have this conversation, you are yanked like 15 feet in the air and fall heavily in front of Abe the Mighty.
Ugh, ugh. Fucking dragons.
Okay.
You like
I
fine if
think
you don't
there
like
might
me.
be some traps.
Huh?
I think
Traps
there
on traps on.
might be traps around here, so let's keep an eye out. Should we split up again and carry on and try and leap across these gaps? How big are the gaps? Now there's these little trapdoors that fall open.
It's about 5 feet, but there's a little bit of an edge. Like you can shuffle around the edge of it pretty easily.
All right.
Okay.
And friends.
So, do we want to keep splitting up and try that again, or do you want to all go one way?
No, it's all.
I mean, I'm pretty ropey, to be honest, folks. Like, I don't know what a short rest does, but
What, your health?
I'm fairly useless. Yeah, I got hit twice, pretty heavy.
Do you want to pop some good berries?
Yeah, sure thing. I'll take some good berries.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just hand you 6 of those, restore 6 hit points.
Yeah, boy. That put me in a good place.
I'll give you 7.
Sweet.
Ooh, 7.
Thanks for them good berries. They are above average, so that's good.
7 is the number of the deity that I subscribe to.
Yeah, sure, Zenerai.
On
sure.
YouTube. Okay, all right. So we all going? Is we all going north or split up again, or?
Gigante. Should we choose a path, guys, rather than splitting up?
Let's go north.
Looks like there's more to explore.
Yeah, let's go north.
Okay, done.
Okay, who's going first, middle, and last?
I'll go at the back.
Okay.
Why don't you send Joseph first, because he's the most dexterous.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna grab just before we do that, but I'm gonna grab my torch out of here.
Okay.
So I've got that, and then I'll move to the front, and I've got my torch out, and I'm prowling along in a kind of full-on cat mode, trying to watch out for any more traps. Obviously, now that we've been caught out once.
Literally meowing and licking your own arsehole.
Yeah.
Make a perception check, Josa. And I'm going to say Zenerai second, then Abe, then Monty in the back. If you guys want to, you can keep moving your icon along. Oh, yeah, with a 15, you notice that the ground just there, 5 feet in front of you, looks particularly like crusty and crackly, and it makes you concerned for its structural integrity.
Okay. So for a fleeting moment, he looks behind him and sees Zenerai and thinks that maybe I could just step round it and he could fall in the pit again and we could have a hilarious moment. But rather than that, I kind of turn and use a series of extremely complicated hand signals to suggest that there's a pit right in front of us, rather than just saying it.
Okay, do a performance check just because it'll be fun for me.
I don't know why I'm making this hard for myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, I suppose there could be people around any corner, so you're being like sensible.
You never know. I grew up in the forest, like you got to always, every sound counts.
So yeah, natural 20 and a -1 to performance. Josa manages to create the scene of you guys walking along through the tunnel, and just over there is a pit that we should avoid, and you get it in crystal clarity.
Yeah, I want to also add some extra detail to that as well with a nat 20 that, I'm feeling a little bit peckish at the moment, and I'm still not sure what went on with the zone of truth, but I'm going to come back to that a bit later on. I've got my doubts, but let's move on. Being part of the team is what's more important here, and I convey all of that extremely accurately with some hand signals.
100%.
I cast Mage Hand and use it to pat Joseph's hungry belly.
I kind of again let out a little purr like a cat, and we just move on. And kind of as we walk past here, I kind of like point down. That's the bit. Let's go and walk around it.
Cool. You guys come to a fork in the road. You can go right or left, or fork in the narrow tunnel.
Okay, let's go left.
Okay, left. Therefore, we're going to go left. I swear I had a question, but I've forgotten what it was. Cool. So you guys go left. You trundle along for a little while.
Yeah, still in. Oh, maybe pop a little perception or something. See if there's any traps along this area.
Yeah, go for it. Make a perception check. Yeah, with a 22, you're confident this is your bog standard stone passageway.
All right. I just carry on ahead. Look back, give everyone a little thumbs up, and keep going.
You come to a T-junction. What now?
Going up.
Well, looking at the kind of the bigger picture of the map, the left tunnel is just going to obviously meet back up with this way, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, calm down something, guys.
Yeah.
Not that keen on going back there.
Yeah, so let's go right up here, I think.
Okay.
I'm at the lead, so fuck it, I'll just go right.
Okay, you guys go right. About 10 minutes later, you emerge through a narrow, slit in an escarp, like a cliff face. And you seem to be on the edge of that very barren section of land that Abe avoided when he lived here. And you're basically just on the cusp of the forest proper. And so you've sort of made progress back towards the way you came.
I'm going to go ahead and say something that I don't think you're going to like, Joseph, but could it be possible that the orcs actually fled and there's actually nothing now, given that when the other guys called for backup, no one came?
I think that's just because we killed everyone, isn't it?
Might be. I think there were more people in the general area, though. But I don't know if they're still there.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, all we're doing really is just exploration bonus, isn't it? We want to find if we find any more treasure or secret passageways or more prisoners or something. I think we've sort of up all the orcs.
Well, we've not had the full kind of loot haul thing, and those orcs were talking about some shit about other people. So maybe it's worth going back down the left route.
This path probably meets up to here, I reckon.
Yeah.
So let's go that way and then fucking come back down. Because we're close to the exit, so what's the harm?
Yeah, the snake will always help us.
The magic snake will just always save us.
You guys still have that other commoner with you, who was with Graham, right? Graham's other cellmate.
I think.
And
yeah.
At this point, he says, "Guys, I know I've been hanging back a bit recently and haven't said that much. Nice work with the pit, by the way. You guys got out of there real nicely. I'm a little shaken up because my friend Graham just got turned into a stone. Aren't we concerned that might happen to us if we hang around here? You guys seem very relaxed. Does this happen all the time?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of burn through you guys pretty quickly. It's nothing against you. We do really want to help you and save you, but
Also, fuck you.
yeah, I know. But also, we're adventurers, and this is just our life. So,
Have
shut
some
up.
faith in our ability, man. Have
And
some faith.
didn't you say you'd already rescued some of my friends from Orphea?
Oh, they're fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry. My giant vicious panther is looking after them.
Oh, even in the dim light of your torch, the guy goes even more pale.
Yeah.
You can put Dave if you want. You can go with the vicious panther. You'd like that.
I think this is just basically this is literally just my computer game brain would always explore all of these tunnels, and just in case you miss something, it was God of War or something, and you miss a sweet weapon. But maybe we do need to think more we've got the prisoners, we should just escape.
I think so.
Yeah. It's fucking labyrinth in here, isn't it?
Yeah. Or we could split.
Let's head back down left because I reckon there could be some cool shit in here, and then
And then fuck off.
and then call it a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go down this passage here, this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Same order as before with Joseph in the lead.
Yeah.
Okay, you come to another T junction.
Ah,
Fuck's sake.
so many choices.
Well, let's go left.
Let's go left. Yeah.
Okay, you continue down and come to another T junction.
Oh, for fuck's sake, let's go left.
Okay, all right.
It's where?
Joseph needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, you are getting pretty familiar with the shape of the little crackly ground and what it looks like, and you manage to just step back just as the ground starts to like give way beneath one of your feet, and you don't fall into the pit.
Yay.
Nice.
Almost got me.
Stony
right,
bastards.
Green fuckers. Let's we'll shuffle past and kind of head to this room in here or whatever this is.
Okay, you come to a wand. It's like a crossroads. You have 3 options.
What is this? Is that the end of that little gap there? Can that go?
Yeah,
north?
it's just a weirdly shaped corridor.
Yeah.
Let's go south.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, you go south. You
Yeah.
come to a dead end in the rocky crevice.
Guys, do you remember people? Should we go see the people? I like people.
No, let's check out this last bit.
So you want to go towards the west?
Yeah, there could be so much magic loot.
Okay, so you
Imagine
guys,
imagine if we cleared this whole fucking dungeon and then turned back like the room before where all the sweet magic swords and like armor is.
and
Right.
you go through here and you come to a T junction.
Left.
Left.
Okay, you eventually make your way out of the cliff face, and you're much closer to like where you entered through the illusionary wall, but still pretty close to the forest. So you're in that like barren wasteland outside, and then you see the guy in the back go, "My name's Tim, by the way. Oh, it's so good to be outside. Why don't we stay outside? This is amazing."
We need to get your friends outside. Don't leave
should
your
we-
friends behind. Him.
That's
should
true.
we let Tim go? We could let Tim go. I don't really care for Tim.
Yeah, he's got a bad name.
No, it's more fun. He's providing me with amusement.
Let's keep them all.
No, we have to keep your friends as well. At least we know the way out now. So let's check this last room in case there's some cool magic crossbow or something.
And if they're not actually your friends, you'll have to be friends with them.
Yes, you're humans. You have to be friends.
Okay, so you guys go back in and go north.
Yep.
That comes to a dead end.
Oh God.
All right. Sack it up.
Yeah, we're done here. We're done.
Guys, you know where we found the treasure, like all the big loot, which is the kind of loot we're probably looking for that we already picked up. What about
No.
in this area near here, like up the stairs near the gold?
Why would there be
treasure?
such a long labyrinthine area with no loot at the end of it?
Make a either like nature or intelligence check. It's up to you.
Everyone.
No, just Joza.
What's in? Yeah, they're the same. So here we go. Oh, no, it's a saving throw. Wait, is that a check?
No, you need to do a check.
No, same.
Okay. Yeah, even with a 9, you've been in the forest as your favored. Oh, it's your technically caves aren't your favorite terrain. But
Yeah.
my point is that you've become pretty familiar with these stone passageways at this point by examining them for traps, etc. And you're a ranger, so the outdoors is kind of your thing. So you conclude that these tunnels weren't actually made by the orcs; they're naturally occurring tunnels. So I mean, you get the sense that some of the ones that you were just in, where you were fighting orcs and stuff, those have been like, what's the word? Expanded to accommodate more of like a little village. But these like little labyrinthine ones are just naturally occurring cracks in the stone, and you get the sense it's just another entrance into the stronghold.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think Joseph has become a bit fixated on that because he's an outdoorsman, and actually getting into these very narrow spaces has triggered a little bit of like claustrophobia, which he didn't know he had. And so he's kind of become more and more focused on, we've got to find the loot, and then I think as you say, suddenly this realization comes to him that it's a fool's errand, and we should head back this way, north.
I think there's somewhere to explore next to the loot that we found. I think there was something up there. I seem to remember like a passageway.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Back we go.
There's one here. There's another little passage there.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's go check that out on the way.
Let's smash back because we've got to pick up Dave and the twats.
Yeah.
Okay, you go through a very narrow corridor and you come to like a little shrine, and there's a little like bronze statue of a very fat orc like nibbling on like a turkey leg, and there's a bunch of like little tiny figurines and carved wooden like symbols scattered around the feet of this rotund orc. And this is the only part, Josa, that seems to have just orc iconography. There doesn't seem to be any of that otherworldly influence that you saw on the knife and stuff like that.
Right, let's do it.
Well, do you want to? I'll do like a perception or check or something.
What are you trying to determine?
Maybe if that guy, I don't know if that. Can I clearly see all the walls? There's nothing else in this room that could be like hiding the shaman or something like that.
Those are two different things. If you want to try and find the shaman, then you could make a perception check. And if you want to know what the statue is, you would make a religion check.
Yeah, I'm going to just make sure that the shaman isn't here, because it seems like a bit of a religious room that he might have fled to. So,
yeah, perception it up. Yeah, with the 13, it's a pretty small room. There isn't that much to hide behind. You gather, based on your assessment, that he's not here.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
Can I check out what the statue is?
Yep, religion check me. 14, okay. You're pretty confident that this is Shargas. He is the orcish god of kind of wine and indulgence and food and, what's the word? Consuming flesh.
Well, he isn't Shantae, so I spit on it.
Nice. Your spit actually...
small bear man. There's a hate flow through you.
Your spit actually cleans a little bit of the grime and dust and shit off of the statue.
Nice. Helped.
Huh. What do you want to do, guys?
So let's go up here. Yeah, we didn't see everything.
Yeah. This looks like steps near the treasure.
Yep.
Northeast.
Okay, you guys go down the steps and round the corner, and you see another little room that's kind of a bit similar to the one you just went into, but much more restrained. The statues seem to be of orcs that are like counting, provisions. It seems to be like a lot of merchant orcs are sort of like plying their trade in various different aspects. And there's again a bunch of little figurines around the base of them, as if people or orcs have left like tokens to try to curry favor with one orc merchant god or the other.
Who's got good religion? I don't. I've got like 0.
Yeah, I'd like to have a look at it. Let's see what's going on with those statues. I want to discern the nature and religion of the statues.
Yep, cool. Okay, with an 11, you remember one of the syllables. This very much sound. It's a family of orcish deities that kind of sounds like yurt or truce, like chartreuse. It kind of rhymes with that. and you get the sense that, again, this room, and Joseph confirms this for you, doesn't seem to have the same corruption of conflicting religious symbols and languages as the previous rooms that led up to the ritual. This seems to be more like pure homegrown orc stuff.
Okay, but it's another dead end.
What's here?
There's a little like narrow passageway,
Okay.
and if you go, are you going through there?
Yeah.
Cool. So what you see through there is a food storage area. There are like 20, 40, 60 urns filled with like jerky and water and some weird powdery stuff that might be like maize that looks totally different and that the orcs must have like stolen from someone. And then there's a couple of like cooking utensils, some like knives and things. It's like a big kitchen / pantry.
Let's go north.
Yeah, let's keep on going.
Cool.
Yep.
The area just continues, and it just more storage, and then you go left, and it opens up into a like another sort of residential looking area. I mean, as residential as orcs are. There's a couple of little like woven yurts, and there's like a little pit that might have once held livestock, but everyone can make a survival check.
Noise.
Okay, you're all pretty confident that this area of the stronghold hasn't been used in quite a while. I mean, I know that there's an actual fire there, but my version of the map is not exactly as it is described. So it seems like this part is not been used, or actually with the 22, you think it might even have been used by a different band of goblinoids, maybe orcs, maybe goblins, and maybe the orcs that you just encountered have like cleared them out and taken the stronghold for their own, because it looks like just a room that hasn't been used in ages.
I've got a plan. Let's smash through to here, go north, and then pick up all the the guys.
Let's take our humans back.
Yeah, okay. We've done what we came for. We've got some stash.
You go in here, and who's in the front of this expedition?
Monty.
Not me. I hang back.
I'll go first.
Okay, make a perception check. Okay, with a 9, you notice that these cracks in the cave sort of extend to dead ends over here, and it seems to be a place where sleeping might have taken place, given the sort of straw and semi-bedrolls scattered around. And that's all you see.
If we go this way around, we can get back up to like.
Okay. Yeah. You rejoin you're trying to rejoin Dave and the humans?
Yeah.
And basically you see them all like stand up with startled looks on their faces and look at the panther as if to say, we weren't making sudden moves, don't worry. Oh, it's so good to see you. Is everything okay? Oh, Tim, so good to see you. And then they all hug Tim, and then they sort of like check in hushed tones with each other about whether they're alive or not.
Hey, who's this Tim guy? I didn't think he was such a big deal.
What an asshole.
Who the hell's Tim?
What a piece of shit. Amazing work.
Thank you so much for saving us. They turn to you and break up their little huddle and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for saving us. We are eternally grateful. Is there anything we can do to repay you?
Money! I shout.
Well, we'll say yes. Of course, money. We did this because we like killing these green scum, but of course, your friends back at the village did promise us a bounty for finding you. So we've got as many of you as we could. We've cleared it out. There's no other further goblin scum in this building or cave system. So let's head back to your little quaint little hamlet and drink some beer.
Oh, awesome. That sounds great. Absolutely. I'm sure that they pulled their money together and they can give you the bounty when we return. And you guys leave the cave system?
Hang on, before we leave, I turn to Dave and go, "What up?"
Dave goes, yum, yum.
Type.
Nice. So you guys leave the cave system now, I presume?
Yes.
Okay. I'll say you've made this journey already. It's a pretty familiar terrain. You guys managed to get back, but it's kind of late, so you'll need to camp in the forest before you make it back. So actually, I'll say you can probably either Joza or Abe can do a survival check with advantage to to find a good camping spot.
Probably me.
I have less survivals.
Yeah, this is my favoured place as well. Anyway.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you find a great spot. It's in like the hollow of a very large tree, like in the root system. You find a great little alcove there for your campsite. Do you want to set a watch of any kind, or do you guys just go to sleep peacefully?
No, I'll set a watch for sure. Fuck these orcs.
Yeah, definitely. I can take
first watch, for I am not as tired as you guys.
All right, no probs.
Okay, cool. So you all go to sleep except for Zenarai? Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody except Zenarai, turn off your speakers and I'll do each watch separately.
Okay.
Okay. Good? They can't hear me? Why did they just give the... Oh, because I gave the thumbs up. Okay, cool. Awesome. So what happens is you're watching out into the darkness of the forest and you start to sway a little bit because you're a little tired, but you don't completely go to sleep. You just sort of go into this lulled state of low brain activity. And you're suddenly a vision takes you. It's like a daydream almost. And you see yourself standing in a line as far as the eye can see of those big black stones with the square and the quill symbol emblazoned on it. And you're standing there you're standing in this long row of them. And you feel Asmodeus's presence sort of watching over you and this line of stones. And it feels like you see a couple of the stones start to flicker from person to stone, and then suddenly you look at your arms and they start turning into a stone as well. And the same sort of thing that was happening to Graham seems to be happening to you.
Shit.
And then you get the sense of Asmodeus's presence sort of looking and searching and sort of casting his gaze upon some of these stones. And that sort of accelerates the transition of some of them from person to stone. And it fills you with a sense of dread that this link that you have with him has always sort of given you a bit of an insight into what he's thinking sometimes and what he intends for you. But this feels different. It's not an active command like you've received before where he says, do this. This is more just a feeling.
Can I interact with him, or is it just a vision?
You can try to do something.
So I try to call out and interact and say, what's going on, Master?
You see that the Asmodeus's gaze, represented by just this awareness in your vision, starts to shift and look closer to you, but it doesn't seem like a direct interaction. It's almost like your subconscious drawing conclusions. And then you come back to yourself and your watch is over. And if you have any questions, you can Discord me, but we should keep it relatively short.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. All right. So everyone can put their, how do I tell them? Put speakers on.
Okay, back.
Okay, cool. Who wants to take the next watch?
Are we rested now? Like those who slept?
I'll say, technically, I'm going to simplify it and say, yes, you've rested.
I can do it. I'm probably the most natural watch guy, right? Loner, woodsman.
Okay, cool. You take the watch. everybody else turn off your speakers except for Josa. And Josa, I will tell you what you see.
Okay.
Cool. So you look off into the forest and you start to feel a little dazed, even though you've had a little bit of a rest. It wasn't as restful as it could have been. Cleansing the stronghold of orcs wasn't as satisfying as you'd hoped it would be. It doesn't seem to have like filled that gap in your psyche that you're trying to fill with all of these murders, and it feels like the hunger is sort of, it doesn't feel like justice is served, and you feel a bit unsatisfied.
Yep, sounds about right. So he, Joseph kind of uses this time on his own. He's spent most of his life on his own anyway, so he's very good at it. And he kind of stares off, contemplating that reality that, yes, as much as he thought that killing all those orcs would make him feel better about the horrible tragedy that befell his village, mainly because of his fault, it really hasn't.
Okay. And then your watch comes to an end, and you go back to sleep. Everybody. Cool. Who's next watch?
Yeah.
Or myself?
Yeah, we can either you can take.
Yeah,
this
I'll take next watch.
Okay, everybody except Monty, turn off your speakers, and I'll give you the thumbs up when you can come back.
Abe's leaving the room.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're staring off into the darkness of the forest, and you start to reflect on the days that have led you here, the fact that Graham was worshipping the same god as you, the fact that Shanti actually came to you and handed you his pendant that he had woven himself and sort of put you on the path to seeking his counsel. But now that Graham is essentially a stone, you're not sure how you're meant to follow this advice, how you're meant to learn from what Graham had to say. All you've got is his pendant, I still think, as a token of that interaction with your god, and you feel a little lost.
Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I need to get back on the right side of my people and my god. So when we find a way to pick up these stones, I'll be happy. Cool.
Okay, cool.
That's what I'm feeling.
That's what you feel. Cool. Come back.
Hey! It's your turn for watch.
Are we coming back?
I will.
We are, but just to say that it's Abe's turn, so you can basically do the same thing that you just did. Cool. So it's just Abe here now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. You look off into the darkness during your watch, and you don't see anything, but you start to reflect upon the days that led you here, and that sort of cache of items and that message that you received from presumably another Dragonborn directing you to somewhere called the Roost. And if you wanted to find out what happened to this person that left, or something about the future of the Dragonborn people, then you should find him at the Roost. Is that what the letter said? I can't really remember all the details.
I think it said something like that, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you just reflect upon that, and you sort of look around this noxious thicket, and although it was your home for a long time, now that you've heard about this other Dragonborn out there somewhere, it doesn't really feel like your home. Like when you go back to your childhood bedroom and you feel so much bigger than it, you sort of feel like you've outgrown it somehow.
Okay.
Cool. And your watch comes to an end and everyone can come back. Cool.
Like
All right. So you guys wake up in the morning and your spell slots are back and your HP is back, and any sort of abilities, you're back to being a fully rounded character.
Sweet.
Good stuff. I scatter some seed out of my pouch on the floor, light 2 candles, start to sort of pray.
Okay. Make a religion check. Does anyone else want to do something during that time?
Oh, wait, are we all back?
Yeah, sorry. You guys have woken up, you've got all your spell slots back and your HP back.
I'm
Look at
going to
you,
go
you
ahead
got it.
and guess that there isn't a where the fuck is it? Yeah, I'm going to guess there isn't a brass brazier randomly in the forest.
No, but there would have been a couple of them during the orc stronghold. I mean,
Oh, shit.
we didn't. No, I can say you picked one up because I didn't go into a huge amount of detail about every single ornamental item in the stronghold, but there were ritual like braziers and all kinds of shit in there. Like you picked one up pretty easily.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to fucking cast this bastard.
Just before, whoa, okay, prepare to tell me what the fuck that's about while I answer Monty's question.
Yeah.
With the 23, you feel the seed sort of like a little gust of wind or an eddy seems to like swirl the seed around you in a circle, like very slowly, and you're filled with a sense of reassurance and calm, and you get the sense of patience. Patience is the only like message that comes to you in that moment. It's not a message, it's more of a feeling.
Okay.
Cool.
Happy with that.
Abe and Joseph may or may not want to do something, but in the meantime, you gain the service of a familiar spirit or takes an animal. Oh yeah, find familiar. Okay, so what's the form does it take?
An imp.
Okay, is that one of the things that it can be? Like, is there a list of things?
So I based off my abilities, I have access to a wider range of familiars.
Okay, sweet.
So I'm summoning an imp.
Okay, cool. I think you can add it as into the extras section of your. Oh, maybe you can't, but.
So D&D Beyond Monsters Imp Familiar variant.
Oh, cool. Right. So you've got the stats and how much health it has and all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. As an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and see what it hears. Yeah, it's worth. I'm familiar with those, but it's worth you reading them to see all the cool shit that it can do.
Gotcha.
All right, Joseph, Abe, anything before we move on?
Nope.
I think we're fine for now.
I'll check in with the humans. Just kind of do a little pop a squat and be like, "How you guys doing? Everything okay? Can I give you a good berry?"
They say, no, we're feeling okay in terms of our physical well-being. I mean, we're a little tired and a little shell-shocked, but we feel much better now that we're with you guys. And then they sort of stop mid-sentence as Zenariah gets on the ground, burns some incense, draws some charcoal on the ground, and starts like chanting every now and then and just sort of rocking forwards and backwards. And then an imp appears out of nowhere, just sort of coming out of the ground, and then they just look wide-eyed and stop talking to you altogether.
Yes, hey guys, yeah, this is my friend, and his name is. He's going to help us out with our adventure.
Good chat.
And then the humans sort of come back to themselves and say, "Oh, by the way, like, who are you guys? Like, are you from Orphea? Do you all just get together and save people all the time?"
Yeah, pretty much. Just a bunch of ant friends. Just rolling around.
I love hearing it in a sentence. Just a bunch of ant friends, doing what ant friends do.
Like bring Fox back, but
Yeah, like flies up to one of them, kind of like pokes him in the eye, and I say, sorry, he does that.
Ow!
I say to Galahad, hey, if I'm ever like choking on some food, like I'm not calling your name. I just so you would know.
Oh, good. Yeah, same for me.
Galahad looks really offended.
You see his little pointy ears start to droop down.
What this thing can do.
Okay, so you guys.
Back to my village.
Yes, you guys make it back to Orphea, and we.
Oh, hang on! Before we go in, I instruct Galahad to transform into a raven who sits on my shoulder.
Is that something that like the variant of it can do? Because typically to change the form of a familiar, you have to like recast the ritual.
So it says shape changer. The imp can use its action to polymorph into a beast that resembles a rat, a raven, or a spider.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep, it's definitely a raven now. That makes more sense. Yep, the raven sits on your shoulder. Okay, you guys see the Orphea map in front of you now?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys come back down that passageway that you left from, and you see that farmstead that you interviewed and like where the trail began. And you see that the villagers rush up to the wife that was like giving you all that information and says, you see Tim takes over and says, listen, Graham didn't make it. I mean, we got back and they very bravely helped us, but I'm sorry, he won't be coming back. And you see this woman's face just fall as she sort of starts to nod at them and walk back just to around the other side of her hut, presumably to weep. And she seems very distraught. And then the rest of the people you rescued sort of like shuffle back to you a bit dejectedly and say, we'll go talk to our friends and see if we can get that bounty for you. Do you want to meet us just by the bell tower in a sec? It might take us a little while to get it together.
So I say yes, that sounds good, and I quietly say to Galahad to fly off and follow them.
Okay, cool. What do the rest of you guys do?
I'm going to go consult the widow and reassure her that Graham is with Shantae now, and he's also a stone now, and it's what he would have wanted.
Does your character
go visit him?
You go around the other side and you see she's indeed sort of like just head in her hands on the other side of the hut so no one sees her, and she sort of looks up and says, oh, thank you for trying. And then you say this stuff. Do you think that that's true, or are you trying to deceive her?
Oh yeah, no, he is with Shantae now. No.
Oh, okay, cool. True. In that case, make a persuasion check. Okay, so you managed to really bring to bear your like connection with Shantae, and you seem to come across very much as Graham did during his life, as it turns out, because she says, thank you. My name is Violet, by the way. It's just good to know that Shantae was watching over him even during that time, and that you're able to sort of speak for Shantae, because I often wonder how Graham ever had such a close connection with a god that never seems to speak to me or him. I don't know how, but I appreciate the reassurance.
I promise that I'll avenge him.
She sort of nods at that and doesn't seem to know what to say, but just sort of seems appreciative, and she's a bit conflicted about like the tranquility of the agricultural god Shantae and the idea of avenging someone.
I look a little lost, as I really wanted someone to endorse my blood rage in the future, and I didn't get it.
Okay. She sort of like walks further around and looks like she's trying to like gather firewood, but really she's just making herself look busy.
I leave her be.
I'd like to cast oh god, what's it called? The thing that lets me look through my familiar's eyes.
Oh yeah, it's not really you can just do it. It's not a spell. You see that the villagers sort of walk out ahead of you guys and sort of go into their various different homes, and a couple of minutes later a couple of them come out and go into the homes of another person, and they're holding like little pouches, and they seem to like be leapfrogging from one house to the other, like gathering more and more people and more pouches. And a couple of minutes later, there seemed to be a small clutch of them underneath the bell tower.
Guys, they're gathering pouches. It might be like
terrorist attack.
Dangerous pouches.
That's another good name for your group, the Dangerous Pouches.
And friends, ho.
Cool. I prefer and friends. Especially because you said it to a villager, so now it's canon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The word of our expedition will be spreading far and wide.
Yeah, we can wander into town.
Yeah, let's wander into town. We've got shitloads of cash to spend, haven't we?
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, Abe wants some armor.
I do have a good armor, but just to see if we can find anything
Yeah.
else.
I want a bitching bow or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
I've got that much cash. Who's got all the fucking cash? I've got 8 gold.
Oh, I got 125. I think
No,
we
you
split
all
it.
have 125.
We all have 125 gold. I believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
125. Let me check
We
how
have
much.
125 gold, 50 silver,
silver,
25
and
copper was the split of
Each.
the haul.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. 125 gold, 50 silver, 50 copper,
25.
25 copper. Cool. Sweet. All right.
cool.
Let's
So
go.
what do you guys do?
I want to go to the magic shop and buy like some more stuff.
Yeah, I'll go to Tenerai.
Okay, so you guys walk past the group of people underneath the bell tower, or you walk...
Yeah, well, I'll
Ooh.
wait for them and I'll meet you at the magic shop. I'll collect the cash.
Yeah, good shout. We need our cash.
Okay, so
Sweet.
you, Josa, go up to the group and they say, "Oh, thank you so much. We've put this together for you," and it's like a weird collection of smaller pouches bound together with twine. And they say, "It's not much. It's 100 gold, but we are obviously a farming community. We only get money during market season, and that hasn't happened yet. Please let us know if there's anything else that we can do to help you."
Joseph kind of takes the pouch and weighs it up and says, "Killing those orcs was repayment enough, but this will help repair our armor, and maybe we can kill some more one day. So we appreciate it. We're glad that your family got back to you." And he goes to join the others.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. Cool. So you walk away and join the others, and you guys go to that familiar strip of shops that involves the guy whose giant elk you managed not to deal with very well, and then the rowdy muse, and then the broken gauntlet. What did I say the name of the other tavern was?
Something and mice.
It had a cool name. I just don't remember what it was. Oh no, it was the one-eyed git.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Nice.
So where do you want to go?
Let's go to the magic shop, the one where we dealt expertly with the elk thing.
Is there a kind of a weapons shop or something like that?
Oh, that'd be good too.
You can make an investigation check.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, let me check it. Okay, with an 11, it takes you about a good half an hour, but you manage to find like a blacksmith that seems to be selling a series of kind of the full range of standard weapons, like all the stuff that like scimitars, javelins, shields, some armor, but it looks to be fairly standard stuff.
Yeah.
Although well made, it doesn't appear to have like, he doesn't look like an arcane practitioner. And Abe, you notice that what's your armor again? I think you notice that your armor is much nicer looking than any of this armor.
Yeah, mine's adamantine. Sorry.
Yeah, you see him sort of. Do you go with Joseph, by the way, or do you guys wait for Joseph to come back?
I'm looking for weapons, so yes, definitely.
You go with him. Okay. You notice the smithy like stops mid hammer swing and turns to Abe and goes, "Where did you get that armor? That's very impressive."
Previous adventure, thank you.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. Yes. Well, let me know if you need anything. I'll be here. And he just goes back to slamming his hammer down.
I think Joseph's going to say, my good man, I see you have a fine selection of weapons here. They all look very well made, but we're in the business of dealing with extraordinary enemies. I don't suppose you know where we get our hands on something a bit more upmarket, so to speak.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, I don't know much about that sort of stuff, but the lead eccentric in the outer ring, at least, I don't know about the inner ring, would definitely be the guy over at the Secret Scroll. He gives me the crepes, but he's got some weird shit in there.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Well, looks like we're all going there.
Yeah. Good to
Okay.
know. Right.
So where do you guys go now?
Secret Scroll.
Okay, go into the secret scroll. Ta-ding! He says, "Oh, fuck, not you again."
Hi.
Oh. I mean,
It's okay.
we're closed. We're closed. Oh, I forgot to turn the sign around. We're just closed.
No, but look at my raven.
I put all of the money I own in my hands and hold it out to him.
Oh, and a nice raven as well. Okay, this money is looking way better than last time. This is great money. Okay, what is it? We're open. I don't know what I was thinking. This isn't Thursday. We're open still.
So I shout to him, I want your most arcane shit.
Okay, my most arcane shit. And he sort of repeats it and sort of stares at you quizzically and then sort of like moves around the room, sort of like leaning towards things. And then he's like sizing you up in some way. And then he says, yes, I think this robe would do you quite nicely. And he points to this gray robe and it's got a series of like patches and like weird kind of bits of fabric attached to it. And he says, "This, my friend, is a robe of useful items. When you take possession of it, it makes a arcane calculation and creates a certain number of patches that can be used to produce a certain number of useful things."
I say, yeah, that's kind of the ballpark I was talking about. How much is this tattered robe of things?
This is 3,000 gold.
I laugh. How much is this robe of useless things?
Make a persuasion check. Sorry, let me just check this. Oh, persuasion, 22. And he says, well, to be honest, this is my most arcane of shit. So I think we might be in a position to trade. Have you acquired any trinkets that might catch my eye? You've seen the other shit. And he really puts a like insulting emphasis on it, as if only the unclean were to swear in public. So do you have any shit that I might be interested in?
Okay, so I grow tired of this nonsense and cast on myself. I cast it twice. Firstly, I turn my eyes completely black. Then I boom my voice 3 times the normal amount.
Can you go after us?
No.
we back away. We back away. We're not with him.
And I shout at him, I dislike your tone.
Can I trip you up while you're doing this?
Wait. Okay, so as you're casting these spells on yourself, you feel them like fizzle in your hand, and he moves his hand and casts counterspell, so the spells don't form. And he says, "Okay, I'm going to come back to you later because I'm assuming you have gold just like these people, but I can't deal with this right now." And then he casts another spell, and you find that you are unable to make noise in the immediate 10 feet around you. You're just in like a ball of silence. And he turns to Monty and says, "You with the gold, speak." What were you going to say, Fraser?
I was going to say I telepathically communicate with Gluk to become a demon and to fly up in his face.
He stands there looking at it and leans past it to Monty and says, "Money talks, and the men holding it also."
Yes. Do you have any things for healers, sir?
Perhaps. I have all kinds of healing potions, although that would make you somewhat redundant, wouldn't it?
It would. So no, sir, no. I mean to make me better.
Well, let me have a quick think here. You see him take out like a scroll and do some calculations, like he's checking on his inventory. Well, I suppose it depends what you consider the most important part of your role. That you stay alive, that you go unseen, that you can hit people? What do you think a healer should do?
Let's say staying alive.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose I do have the Mariner's Scale mail that you might be interested in.
Too loud. Had problems before. I fall down a lot in that kind of stuff.
Does it have
No, that's okay. No, heavy armor gives you a disadvantage.
Scale mail, I think. Hold on. Scale mail 5e.
Oh.
I think not all kinds of like armor are the same. Yeah, it's considered like medium armor.
Okay. How much is this doozy? What does it do? Give me the sales pitch.
Well, it enables the wearer to have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed, whereas usually you would be encumbered and swim slowly. In addition, whenever you start your turn underwater with 0 hit points, the armor causes you to rise 60 feet towards the surface.
I hate water. I'm a bear. Do you have any divining materials?
What, pray tell, is a divining material? And I'm going to give you more time to think about it because clearly you don't know what a healer is or what they want. So let's go to you, small man with the panther. What do you think?
Yes. Have you got any magic arrows that do extra damage, blow up on impact or anything like that?
Well, I do have these arrows from a Fletcher deep in the wilderness. I mean, she's a bit weird, to be honest, but she makes good stuff. She calls them the arrows of turning, and essentially they enable an arrow to travel further and also change direction midair, once, twice, or 3 times.
How many have you got, and how much are they?
I have 60 of them. They are 1 gold per arrow.
Okay.
So mechanically, just out of character for a second. Basically, what they would enable you to do is you shoot an arrow. It if you successfully hit the first person that you shoot it at, you can then roll another attack to have the arrow turn and try to hit someone else.
Wow.
That's good shit.
Yeah, that's OP as fuck. I feel like that's a pretty good expenditure of 60 gold.
Yeah. Through my imp, I make him nod and give you a thumbs up.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, well, look, that sounds good, but I've heard of these arrows before. A gold each seems a little steep. I'll tell you what, give me all of them for 50, and we've got a deal.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
You managed to belch.
I get to reroll.
Oh, because you're a halfling. Okay, go again.
Yeah. A 0.
Oh yeah, 18.
Oh shit!
What? That's great. That's a good roll.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, he says, yes, 50 gold, 60 arrows. If it will make this be over faster, then you can have them, okay? And he gives them to you. He hands over the bundles. And these are the arrows that turn once. So you can essentially hit 2 targets with 1 arrow.
What? So the option, there's optional ones as to how many times they turn.
Yeah, he said earlier that they can turn once, twice, or 3 times, but you presumed that the other ones would cost more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just become way too OP if I had arrows that could hit 3 targets. So let's do that. Yeah, I'll just get those 60.
Okay, cool. He turns to Abe and says, Dragonborn, I remember you, but still, it's quite a rare thing to see. Do you need anything that you desire?
Yes. Do you have any adamantium?
Oh,
yeah, adamantine.
I can see from your armor that you've come across some adamantine already. No, to be honest, that is a very rare substance. Sorry, go on, Abe. What did you say?
I have an adamantine plate. So if there's any more adamantine things that he has that can either get my armor class up or weapon wise.
So you're also looking for what weapons? Yeah, that was it.
Either one.
Okay. What I can do is I can tell you that this armor is probably better than any you will find in most shops. I mean, my shop is a little bit of an exception. If you were a person that enjoyed water, perhaps then the mariner's armor would be more suited to you. But you may not realize this, but if you spend some more time with that armor and try to get in touch with its inherent arcane properties, you can get even more out of it than you currently are. And he seems to like put his hand across the armor and think to himself a little, like he's sensing it in a way. This armor's full potential has not been explored yet.
Okay. And what about weapons?
Well, again, adamantine is not very common. I have a number of weapons. I have a mace of warning. That might be interesting to you. It basically is a weapon that warns you of danger. While the weapon is in your possession, you have advantage on initiative rolls, and in addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something.
Okay.
Sorry?
How much is that?
Well, again, judging by the pouches that you contain, and he looks at your money pouches and goes, that's not going to cut it. I think trade is definitely the way you want to go for this one. Do you have any trinkets, objet d'art, things that I might be interested in?
I have a decanter of endless water.
Oh, those are good to have.
We stole from your shop. Oh no, was that from the tree? Oh.
No, it's from the tree. Well, yes, I did sell my other one recently. I would like to restock. Okay, for the decanter of endless water and 150 gold, you can have the mace of warning.
Yeah, I still can't do that. I don't have enough money for that.
Would you like 25?
Oh, well, I need to give you 25, don't I, everyone? Because I've got 100 for villagers.
Okay. Well, then let's do that.
Dish that out.
Okay, everyone add 25, and I'll take 75 off me.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm getting rid of my decanter of endless water.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just add that my imp is still literally in his face?
Yes, you can. He has just looked past it the entire time.
Good.
Before I do anything, can I ask him whether he has any gem inlaid sticks, or whether he has any ornate playing cards, or dragon bones?
Okay, I understand the sticks. What are the playing cards for?
Either does he have any gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, or ornate cards?
He says, I have gem inlaid sticks, and I have the dragon bones, although they were quite tricky to come by. What are these cards? Are they components for something?
Yeah, just ornate cards. Yeah. But the sticks sound good. Can I get 25 gold's worth of those bad boys, please, from you?
Yes, of course. He takes them out of like what amounts to like a discount bin and just hands you like a bunch.
Sweet.
Okay, so I'm gonna send this to you, Abe. Just give me a second. Okay, so then he gives you the gems. You take 25 gold off of your inventory because you now have the gem sticks. He also gives you the dragon bones. How many gold of that do you need?
25 gold's worth.
Yeah, he hands that to you as well, except a little bit more carefully. So you can remove another 25 gold for that. And if the playing cards are another component, he says, oh, yes, I think I have them in this drawer. And he doesn't treat them with much respect. But again, just remove the gold cost for whatever those components are. And then you now have those new special components.
Sweet.
Okay, he turns and waves his hand, and now you can hear yourself breathing again. And he says, okay, you've got one more chance, but move the imp, and then we can talk.
Very well, my friend. And I turn into a spider.
You turn into a spider, or the imp turns into a spider?
The imp turns into a spider. It runs all along the desk in circles, and then it goes up my sleeve.
Okay.
And kind of chills up there.
Oh, yes, better. Less obtrusive. Now, you want something.
Yes. I want to talk to you about your robe of extreme power and domination. But first, I would also like to buy 20 gold, 10 gold worth of the following reagents: charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Okay. Similarly to what Monty was asking for, he goes to some separate like little urns and then goes, and you have all those things, just minus the gold cost for them.
Okay, that's done. So tell me about this robe before I rudely talked to you as you deserved, but I'm willing. Yes, carry on.
Well, it is a very useful item. It sort of reacts with your presence when you first put it on, and it creates a finite number of patches that can be used to conjure useful items. Things like a rope, a long pole, a portable like pit, a horse. All kinds of things have come out of it.
Yes, yes. I will give you 5 gold for this robe of tricks.
My dear friend, that will not be the case. You must have something of note. You seem, my pointy-horned friend, that you must have some relationship with the arcane.
Yes, I'm just looking through my shit now.
Well, I mean, you guys remember, you guys have the rock of good luck or whatever it is. You have the halberd of feathers. You have the immovable rod, and I think that's everything that you have.
So coming out of character, how useful is that halberd?
It's a weapon that enables the person to reduce falling damage and to also calm a mount. So thematically, it makes sense for Monty because he's in touch with animals and stuff. But it's not a crazy powerful item in terms of its ability to hurt people.
I mean, so what do we think? I'm kind of tempted to trade one of the things we've got for this robe because it sounds pretty light.
I don't know. It sounds more like RP than actually useful, right? Getting like random items that you need at the time, I guess. Or you could get like a key to a door or something.
Well, no, you know the items, like when you put it on, the items will become known to you. Like each patch will have like a little symbol on it that tells you what that patch is. So then you can think to yourself, I've got all this stuff. What does this situation call for?
Oh, okay.
That sounds pretty fucking useful. More useful than a halberd that makes you fall slow.
Yeah, because the halberd doesn't do any more damage than.
No, it doesn't do more damage than a normal halberd. It just has those other bonus attributes.
And we've already got you're good with animals and so forth.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Well, it's Monty's weapon, isn't it? So wedges back to him.
Question about that mace thing.
Yeah.
It does not seem that strong from the thing that you sent me. It just has 1d6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. It's a normal like mace in terms of its damage, but it basically means that you can't be surprised like by another group of bad guys like sneaking up on you, so they'll never get to attack you before you get to like you all get to be in the same initiative order together.
I can give that to Monty, surely.
And you can also get advantage on your initiative rolls, so it means you have a better chance of being higher up in the initiative order.
Okay.
So let's say you were sleeping and then a bunch of goblins tried to like cut your throat and steal all your shit. The mace would wake you up before they had a chance to do that.
Yeah, it does seem pretty OP.
Yeah, that's wicked. So Ash/Monty, we're thinking about trading the feathery halberd for this robe.
So what does the robe do?
So when you put the robe on, it has all these pockets that will transform into stuff that you need for that situation.
That's
So,
pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't respond. It doesn't respond to the situation that you're in. Like when you put it on, like right now, it will create the patches just randomly, and then you will have to memorize those patches or write them down, and then this hodgepodge of items will be useful. But it's up to you to decide like what item goes with what situation.
So it's like a random. It's kind of like a wild card.
It's a mystery box. It's like a loot box.
I mean, this helmet's pretty sweet, guys.
I think you guys also have the bag of tricks, but I think you stole it from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can see that.
All right, fuck it. Let's sack off this robe.
Also, the halberd can calm fox, which is a key. One of its special things is it can calm a mount, which may actually come in handy given how much we use fox.
Yeah. All right. So back into character. No, thank you, vendor. I'm all right. It seems pretty rubbish.
Oh well, I suppose it is your funeral, perhaps imminent funeral, but yours nonetheless.
So has everyone got like? I mean, so Joseph says, how much? What's the going rate for a health potion these days? Potion of healing.
Let me just double check for you. Wait for it. Okay, it goes for 50 gold pieces per healing potion, but that's a regular one. If you want a more restorative healing potion, then they go up from there. So 150 gold is the next increment, etc., etc.
Wow, we are real small fry in the world of gold, aren't we? So just like, yes, of course, 50 gold pieces.
I thought we were rolling, and now I know what rich is.
Yeah, real harsh awakening for us.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. I've had enough of this.
Let's walk out, and I knock over something as I walk out.
Is it?
It's like an urn that like falls and smashes, and then he.
Oh no, a whole urn.
He waves his hand, and it like mends itself, and it goes. He says, "A pleasure as always. Please don't let the door hit you on the way out." And then the door literally does hit you on the way out.
I definitely want to know how this guy does his magic. He's really fucking pro.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, sick. Let's go.
Okay. You get the sense that he's a wizard. That's like his class, but that's all you gather.
Goddamn wizards.
Cool. So what do you guys want to do now?
Let's go to the inner circle. All this fucking outer circle, weak ass shit. Let's go.
No, we're in the magic shop's in the inner circle, isn't it?
No, the magic shop's in the outer circle.
Oh, right, okay.
It's one of the few that's in the outer circle. That was the comment that someone made.
We, in terms of wider mission, we've got obviously this magic dagger, haven't we? And we know that there's a stone in the noxious copse or whatever it's called.
Glade or whatever it is.
That has the same markings on it. So that's an obvious goal.
Yeah. I think we should Glade.
Also, can I see, because the guy told me to get in contact with my armor. Do I know how to do that? Or is that just with time?
He told you to get in contact with whom?
With my adamant.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so in order to do that, we will just make a Arcana check.
Good at those, but I'll try.
Oh, wow. You gather that you would need to spend like a short rest or a long rest, like really meditating on your relationship with the armor, and then we'll see how that goes. But let's do that later. Just please don't let me forget.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Out of context, I had this like montage in my head of like a romantic date with like a Sheila and a set of armor. There was nice music playing as they kind of sat under a tree and shared a glass of champagne.
You trying to buy an ice cream and it kind of falling on the
Don't know much, do you?
Doing Lady and the Tramp with spaghetti, but you just eat it all.
Cool. So you guys have a bunch of things. Which direction do you want to go in?
I'm feeling this glade, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
We're all rested up. We've seen some weird symbols around. Yeah.
What
And that was
happened?
northeast.
Just
Northeast,
can remind me, 'cause I can't remember the. So Orc Shaman. I mean, there's an Orc Shaman on the loose, but nah. He turned Graham into a stone.
Yeah.
Using the dagger. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
So why don't we find someone who can like tell us about the dagger?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we could ask. Should we?
Not that bad.
We realised this as we were standing outside the shop that I just like smashed an urn and you like saw him.
On my own, I actually
Let's go.
bought something.
Well, look, fuck this guy. Let's go into the inner circle and find someone who knows actually what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think this is the only guy.
No, he's a twat.
I mean, we can just work it out, can't we?
Or I can go on my own.
Yeah, Monty or Abe, you seem to be less deliberately pissing.
Hey, whoa.
We spent money.
If anyone's going to this shop, it's going to be me.
Can I go back and ask him about the dagger?
Okay, you can go back into the shop and ask him about that golden, weirdly inscribed dagger, right?
I'm going to send. I'm going to get my Galahad to perch on Abe's shoulder as a spider.
He knows the spider's yours.
Okay, I'm going to get him to turn into a rat.
Okay, cool. So
Okay.
you walk back into the secret scroll, ding-a-ling, and he looks up and he sees the rat and he sees you and he says, okay, all right, you've got 10 minutes. And that is where we will end the session. Oh, also, cheeky bonus, you guys level up to the next level.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Going a lot of shit. So that sounds about right.